Hey guys, Han from Fast and Furious here. For the past month, I've been multi-streaming to Twitch, YouTube, and now Kick. I've been pretty much exclusive to Twitch for like 12 years now, but as you guys remember, I got my first ban last month for breaking their simulcasting guidelines. So I figured, why not actually try streaming on Kick? You guys have been pestering me to stream on Kick anyway and bring some of the widgets I've been making for Twitch and bring it over for Kick. So I want to talk about how it's like and what the experience has been like compared to streaming on Twitch. This video is going to be more from the perspective of a streamer. I don't really want to talk about the viewer's perspective. Like, we get it. You don't have ads on Kick. What a brilliant and enlightening take, Nutty. Honestly, I don't really give a fuck what Asmongold is doing or any of these other big streamers. I just want to focus on what it's actually like streaming on Kick and what kind of tools are available. And yes, revenue. Stop being cringe and paying full price for Windows with our sponsor, VIP SD Keys. You can get a Windows 11 license for as low as $21. Just use my code NUTTY at checkout to get them for 30% off. And if you want to get them for a little bit cheaper, you can get a Windows 10 key for $15, and those can be updated to Windows 11 completely for free. You can pay using a secure payment method like PayPal. They'll send you an activation code immediately, and then you can put that in your Windows settings, and you're good to go. Check out VIP SD Keys in the link down below. Now, before I say anything, huge, massive disclosure. It is not lost on me that Kick has been giving me special treatment. Kick has every interest in sucking up to me so that I come on YouTube and say all of these nice things about them. My very first day streaming on Kick was on the Kick podcast with Eddie. Eddie's the CEO of Kick. They put me on the front page like every single day that I've streamed there. They gave me partner from day one. So my experience is likely going to be completely different to what you guys will experience. So just keep that in the back of your mind if it ever seems like I'm sucking Kick off. Now, let's get the big thing out of the way that I know you all want to hear about. The revenue. Don't lie to me. I know you guys are all trying to cash in. It's fine. I love money too. You probably already know this, but Kick gives their streamers a 95% split on every sub you get compared to Twitch's 50%. So for every $5 sub you get, you keep $4.75 compared to $2.50 on Twitch. But what's less talked about is Kick also pays their partners an hourly wage. You've probably seen a lot of the top Kick streamers talk about how much more money they're making on Kick compared to Twitch. And you probably want to know if the same thing's happening to me. So let's break it all down. If this is the total revenue I made on Twitch last month, this is the total revenue I made on Kick. I'm not going to put actual numbers here, but these graphs I'm showing you are to scale. So purely on revenue alone, I made way more money on Kick in the past month. Now, I want to emphasize, I'm super well aware that Kick has been giving me special treatment. They did gift me 100 gifted subs last month, so let's just take all of that out. I also streamed a couple days exclusively on Kick, so all of the revenue I made on those 2 days will take that out as well. And even still, the amount of money that I made on Kick was slightly more than the amount of money that I made on Twitch. Obviously, part of this is the fact that I'm new to Kick and a lot of you guys have been tuning in just to hear my thoughts on Kick. Also because they've been putting me on the front page so often. I 100% expect you guys to stop giving a fuck after like 6 months. The total income isn't really what I care about. It's more about how I generated that income that's interesting. On Kick, there's only really 2 ways of making money: subs and partner income. Like I said, Kick pays their partners an hourly rate depending on how many viewers you have and how much chat interaction there is on your stream. And the total amount that I made just on that partner revenue alone was more than the total revenue that I made on Twitch for the whole month. That to me is huge. I've always felt really weird about relying on subs for revenue. Just knowing that my income is going to be proportional to the number of hours I put in on Kick just feels a lot more secure than just hoping some oil prince comes in that thinks I'm like cute enough to give $500 to. It gives you more of an incentive to actually work towards partner. I'm also a Twitch partner, and I gotta be honest, there's like no benefit to being a Twitch partner other than you get to feel more important to everyone else because you get a special badge that other people don't have. Again, I know I'm privileged because I didn't even have to work for partner, but it just feels good knowing that my partner status actually has like a real tangible benefit. I'm not saying that, oh my god, Kick is so much better than Twitch and everybody needs to move to Kick now. I'm not saying that at all, because even though the sub splits on Twitch are, well, they're pretty ass, honestly, but there are more ways for you to make money on Twitch as well. You have 2 extra tiers for subs, there are bits, there's ad revenue, there are a lot of Twitch extensions that you can use to make even more money, and there's Prime subs. That's a big one. You're not gonna get that free Prime sub that you get on Twitch over on Kick. And this doesn't get talked about often, but Twitch does an insanely good job of gamifying subs. Like, those hype trains that they have on Twitch seem really stupid, but man, they work, okay? Every time I get a hype train, something goes off in your guys' mind, and then you guys just like continue to add on the hype train, even though it's just like, it's just the bar that fills up the screen, but people like that kind of stuff. People are more likely to sub on Twitch because of all the little dopamine hits that they give you, and they don't really have that on Kick yet. I actually think that the hourly pay that you get as a Kick partner is a bigger deal than the 95% split. But keep this in mind, Kick does cut your hourly wage in half if you decide to multi-stream. In your Kick dashboard, there's a toggle that you need to turn on if you want to multi-stream, and by turning that on, you're still allowed to multi-stream to Twitch and Kick at the same time, even when you're partnered, but you're only gonna make 50% as much. So had I decided to stream exclusively on Kick for the entire month, I could have made potentially double the amount that I made on Twitch just on that hourly pay alone. There was a stream where I didn't turn off that multi-stream setting, and as a result, they took all my revenue away for that whole stream. So there goes all that Donkey Kong Bonanza money. I actually did turn on that multi-stream toggle in the middle of my stream, but apparently there's like 2 different places that you need to set it up, and because it was my first time streaming, I didn't know where to turn that off. Like right here it says turn on multi-stream in the stream info box. Where? I looked and it's like not in there. Turns out if you want to toggle this on mid-stream, this setting only appears once you're actually live. Like, what the fuck? I don't know why they made 2 settings for such a very important thing that you need to toggle because it affects your income. One thing you'll learn very quickly about Kick is there's a lot of slop going on this website. Make sure if you're multi-streaming and you want to make that hourly pay, that you turn the setting off and it actually says it in your dashboard. Otherwise, it might cost you a pretty significant amount of money like it did for me. Anyway, you guys can all leave now because we're done talking about money, and I'm pretty sure that's the only reason why you want to click in this video. We're gonna move on to the next thing, which is moderation. How many times have you heard of a Twitch streamer getting banned with no explanation, with no replies from support, no transparency whatsoever? This is one really cool thing that I did not expect from Kick at all. If you are ever fucking up in the middle of your stream, maybe you're talking about a topic that you shouldn't be talking about, or you're accidentally breaking TOS, they will actually pin a message in your stream that everybody can see. And it will tell you, hey, you're fucking up. You need to check your email. This literally happened to me. On that stream where I forgot to turn off that multi-stream toggle, I literally got an email mid-stream telling me exactly what I was doing wrong with screenshots so that I could fix the problem and then avoid getting punished for it. They literally took a screenshot of both my Twitch and my Kick streams, and they were like, yo, you need to turn off this multi-stream toggle. So I'm pretty sure it was an actual human that emailed me. Kick actually gave me a warning mid-stream so I can go and fix the issue and avoid getting my revenue taken from me. Now, I still did the wrong thing because I didn't understand how the settings work, so they still took my money from me, but at least they communicated with me when I did something wrong. At the end of that stream, they sent me another email telling me exactly what my punishment was and why I was being punished. I sent them a reply, and then they hit me back like 5 minutes later. That never would have happened on Twitch. I gotta give credit to Kick here. Their moderation team has been insanely responsive and transparent with me, and I never thought I'd be saying that about Kick. And this isn't just me saying this, by the way. I've talked to so many other Kick streamers that have told me that the moderation team is just as responsive to them as they are with me, even when they're not partnered. I like Kick a lot more than I thought I would, But the biggest problem I've had, and this is gonna be a deal breaker for a lot of you, Kick has an insane spam bot problem. You guys remember a few years ago when Twitch had a big problem with all those hate raids? Kick is like that, but so much worse. Every single stream I've had, without fail, there have been multiple times where someone would spin up like 2,000 bots and spam the N-word in my stream, dox other people that I don't even know, or just generally trying to disrupt the stream. And the worst thing is, Kick doesn't have any tools to deal with this. Like, if this ever happens in your stream, you pretty much have to resort to turning sub-only mode on. You can try turning on follow-only mode, but in my experience, they just end up mass following you anyway and then spamming your stream. So you have to set it to like 1 month follow-only mode, and then at that point, your regular viewers can't speak anymore. You can also turn on account age restriction, but I set mine up to 6 months, and the bots were able to get around that anyway. And even if those settings do work, my regular new viewers, they're not able to talk anymore. So I don't like turning those settings on. The only way to get the bots to stop spamming is sub-only mode, and that just ruins the whole stream. Kick does have this AI moderation thing, but honestly, this is dog shit, okay? I feel like people just use the word AI everywhere and expect it to be some kind of black magic that fixes everything. I hate this page. I don't know what the fuck any of these things actually do, because it definitely doesn't stop racism. The number one thing that Kick desperately needs right now is an actual functional account verification system, similar to what they have on Twitch. Let's not beat around the bush, okay? Everyone knows that Kick is just a blatant ripoff of Twitch. Okay, they obviously have no issues with stealing features from Twitch. So if you're just gonna take features from them, take their account verification system. It is the best verification system of any live streaming platform by a mile. Twitch has a setting that you can turn on that prevents bots from chatting in your stream unless they have an email or phone number attached to the account. And it's customizable too, so you can make it so that verification is only needed if your account is less than 3 months old, for example. Super underrated feature from Twitch that nobody ever gives them credit for, and Kick needs a system like this because the bots are absolutely out of control. It's unbelievably easy to spam someone's account. There are literally websites where you can spin up thousands of bots and just like any dumbass can do it, okay? You don't need like super hacker programmer skills. You just sign up for a website and you pay them money and you can spam anybody's account that you want. I'll give Kick some credit. Their staff is incredibly active. They actually came into my stream and mass banned like 2,000 accounts within minutes of them popping up in my stream. But this honestly just shouldn't be an issue at all.
He's getting absolutely lit the fuck up. Can you, staff, say something so I know that you're on my side?
If you guys can recommend any bots to install in my stream, like on Twitch they have Seribot. If there's anything like Seribot for Kick, please let me know, because I've been using kickbot.com and I gotta be honest, it's done fuck all for me. So if there's anything out there that's better than kickbot.com, please tell me. If you're a Twitch streamer looking to come over to Kick, I'll say this: you will feel right at home. You know why? Because this home is exactly the same as your old home. Jesus Christ, this website is so blatantly copied from Twitch, it's actually shameless. I'm not just talking about the homepage as well. I'm talking about like the dashboard, all of the settings, the features. They're all exactly the same as Twitch. If you've ever streamed somewhere else like TikTok or YouTube, they all have like different systems and different dashboards that you have to get used to. You don't need to get used to this at all. If you're a Twitch streamer, you're gonna know exactly where everything is. Even the whole channel point and poll system that they added recently, this is exactly the same as Twitch. Yeah, that's because Kick uses IVS, which is the same thing. Shut the fuck up, okay? Sit down, nerd, and ask your opinion. IVS is just the tech that they use for streaming. It has nothing to do with the actual layout of the website or any of the features that they use, okay? Real talk, I don't really care, okay? I don't work for Twitch. If Twitch wants to take Kick to court for copyright or whatever, that's on them, all right? The point is, I feel that most streamers that are coming from Twitch are looking for that intimate experience where you kind of just feel like you're hanging out with the homies, you know? You don't really get that when you stream on YouTube, and you definitely don't get that if you stream on TikTok. It's really hard to put it into words, but that feeling of being in a Twitch stream is just it's just different to any other platform. And I feel like Kick is the only platform that kind of captures that experience. Like, is the discoverability better on TikTok? Yeah, probably. Can you get more viewers on YouTube? Sure. But that whole feeling of just like hanging out, you don't get that anywhere else, but Kick gets really close. The only thing I'll say is some of you Kick streamers need to chill the fuck out, okay?
You're a literal fucking nobody. No Twitch streamers have no told you shit, bitch. Shut up. You get rewarded for crying like a little bitch. Close your eyes, you weak little bitch.
I do notice that a lot of Kick viewers, they like a lot of racial humor, and a lot of them think they're cool because they're anti-woke. So, if you don't like that, well, that happens a lot there. There's a desperate need for more wholesome people on Kick, you know? And that could be you guys. You can sort of be part of changing that narrative about Kick, you know? Or maybe I'm just being naive, and that will never change, but only time will tell. I'm gonna keep streaming on Kick though. I've enjoyed my time for the past month. I don't love it enough to stream exclusively on Kick yet. There's a lot of stuff that Twitch has that I think I'm gonna be missing. For example, Twitch has extensions. One of my favorite extensions is the Heat extension that allows my viewers to click on the screen and interact with it. The moderation tools on Twitch are leagues above Kick. They have things like on ban requests, the ability to send warnings to your viewers, that kind of thing. There are plenty of interactive games like Marbles on Stream or Words on Stream that only work in Twitch. It doesn't support Kick at all at the moment. There's just a lot of little things that you won't really know that you're missing until they're not there anymore. One thing I get asked about constantly is StreamerBot. A lot of you have built all kinds of really cool channel point redemptions and raid alerts that use StreamerBot, and you want to know when you can start doing that for Kick. I'll have more to say about that in next week's video, but yes, Kick does have channel points, and yes, you can get them to work in StreamerBot, but we'll save that for another day. If you've been thinking about multi-streaming to Twitch and Kick, and you've been looking for a tool that combines all your chats into a single stream of messages, I just updated my multi-chat widget to support Kick, so you can find that on my website. It's available for early access. It's gonna be free soon. Just wait for like a couple weeks or so. But if you want early access, you can check that out on my website, nutty.gg. Some other things I'm currently working on. Last week, I ported over my printer to Kick. So I have this sub printer that prints out physical receipts every time someone subs. And we got that working on Kick. We're gonna be calling that PrinterBot. And I'll have more to say about that in another future video. I also made this mini game that's inspired by that mini game from Pokemon Stadium. You know, the one where you have to count the Pokemon? I ported that one over to Kick as well. No, you can't have it. That one's just for my stream. Also, because I don't want to get sued by Nintendo. Overall, what do I think about Kick? It's good. Top stuff. At this point, I didn't really see a reason why you shouldn't at least try multi-streaming on Kick. I mean, you don't really have anything to lose other than maybe your dignity, depending on how you feel about the platform. Come follow me on Kick, by the way. I've got more to say, but this video is way too long. And if you don't like Kick, that's fine. I'm on Twitch as well. You can go watch me there as well. Anyway, go fight with each other in the comments now. Thank you.